Lesson 1: Embracing new opportunities.
I am excited about the new opportunities ahead.
It is always thrilling to explore new paths, is it not?
Absolutely. But what if things go wrong in the process?
That is a valid concern. Risks can be intimidating.
I do not want to jeopardize my current position, though.
I understand. It is essential to weigh the pros and cons carefully.
Have you ever faced such a dilemma?
Yes. I once considered a job change and worried about the uncertainty.
How did you handle it?
I made a list of potential advantages and disadvantages.
That sounds practical. It must have clarified your thoughts.
It really did. I realized that growth often comes from discomfort.
So true. The best experiences can arise from stepping out of our comfort zones.
Exactly. And even if things do not go as planned, we learn valuable lessons.
That is a positive way to look at it.
Each setback can serve as a stepping stone for future success.
I appreciate your perspective. It helps alleviate some of my fears.
Remember, it is okay to be cautious, but do not let fear hold you back.
I will take that to heart. What steps do you suggest for making a decision?
Research is crucial. Gather information about the new opportunity.
That makes sense. Knowledge will boost my confidence.
Also, try networking with people who have experience in that field.
Great idea. Learning from others can provide valuable insights.
Ultimately, trust your instincts. They often guide us well.
Thank you for your encouragement. I feel more ready to embrace change.
Here's to new adventures and the growth they bring.
Cheers to that. Let us take on the challenges ahead with confidence.
Lesson 2: Team collaboration.
It is important for us to work together to make it better.
I completely agree. Collaboration can lead to fantastic results.
I am glad to hear that. Teamwork enhances creativity.
Absolutely. Two heads are often better than one.
Do you have any suggestions for how we can improve our ideas?
Yes. Perhaps we should hold a brainstorming session.
That sounds perfect. A free flow of thoughts can spark innovation.
Exactly. We should create a safe space for sharing ideas without judgment.
I will prepare some prompts to get our creative juices flowing.
Wonderful. It will encourage everyone to contribute.
Feel free to reach out to the team for their input.
I will. The more diverse our ideas, the stronger our project will be.
Exactly. Different perspectives can reveal opportunities we might miss.
I am excited to see what everyone brings to the table.
Let us schedule a brainstorming session for next week.
That sounds great. I will send out a calendar invite.
Perfect. I believe this will boost our team morale as well.
Yes. Engaging everyone helps them feel valued and included.
It also strengthens our bonds as colleagues.
Cooperation fosters a positive work environment.
Here is to creating a successful project together.
Lesson 3: Navigating the city.
According to this map, we need to keep walking straight for another 3 blocks.
That sounds simple enough. Are you sure we are going the right way?
Yes. After 3 blocks, you will see the train station on your left.
Perfect. I am excited to explore the city by train.
Trains offer such a convenient way to get around, do they not?
Absolutely. Plus, it is an excellent chance to see the sights.
I love riding trains. The views from the windows can be spectacular.
Yes. It feels like a mini adventure every time.
Have you been on many trains in other cities?
I have. Each city has its unique train system and experience.
That is interesting. I look forward to comparing them.
Just imagine the stories we will have after this trip.
Speaking of stories, did you know the history of this train station?
I have not researched it yet, but I would love to learn more.
Many train stations have fascinating histories tied to the city's development.
I enjoy how history is woven into our daily lives in such places.
Yes. It provides a deep sense of connection to the past.
And now, we are part of that history, riding the trains.
Exactly. Each journey contributes to that ongoing story.
I cannot wait to hop on board and start our next adventure.
Here is to discovering new places and experiences together.
Lesson 4: Discovering our history.
Did you know that thousands of years ago, natives camped on the shores of the Vermilion Lakes?
Yes, I read about that. It is fascinating to think about their connection to this land.
Beneath the windswept peak of Mount Rundle, they must have felt so small yet powerful.
Absolutely. The landscape is breathtaking. It must have been a magnificent sight for them.
I can only imagine how they adapted to the changing seasons by the lakes.
Definitely. Living in harmony with nature requires great skill and knowledge.
What aspects of their culture do you find most interesting?
I am particularly fascinated by their storytelling traditions. Oral history is such a rich way to preserve culture.
I agree. Their stories connect generations and keep their history alive.
And the connection to nature is evident in many of those stories.
Yes. Nature played a crucial role in their daily lives, from hunting to spiritual beliefs.
I also admire how they respected the land. Sustainability was key to their way of life.
That respect for the environment is something we should all learn to embrace today.
Absolutely. It is vital for preserving our planet for future generations.
I feel inspired by their resilience and resourcefulness.
Me too. We should strive to honor and learn from their legacy.
Here is to appreciating the history that shapes our present.
Lesson 5, The Sweet Tooth Culture.
One of my favorite cookies has to be chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip cookies are classics. North Americans are known for their sweet tooth.
Absolutely. This means they enjoy sugary treats more than anything.
Yes. It is fascinating how desserts play a significant role in celebration and comfort.
Speaking of variety, do you have a specific cookie you enjoy besides chocolate chip?
I adore oatmeal raisin cookies. They feel hearty and wholesome.
Oatmeal raisin adds a touch of sophistication to the cookie world.
Indeed. It is like eating a cookie and a snack at the same time.
Have you ever tried making them at home?
I have. The smell of baking cookies fills the entire house.
That is one of the best scents. It brings back fond memories.
Definitely. Cookies are often tied to family traditions and gatherings.
What other cookies do you think North Americans love?
They seem to enjoy peanut butter cookies as well. They have such a unique flavor.
Yes. And let us not forget about snickerdoodles. Those cinnamon sugars are irresistible.
Snickerdoodles are delightful. I love their chewy texture.
I believe cookies can brighten anyone's day, do you not agree?
Absolutely. They can turn a dull afternoon into a joyful one.
Should we try to bake some cookies together soon?
That sounds like a fun plan. I am always ready for a baking adventure.
Here is to creating sweet memories over cookies.
Lesson 6, Breakfast Banter.
Good morning. I hope you are having a wonderful day so far.
Good morning to you as well. I certainly am. Have you had breakfast yet?
Not yet, actually. I was hoping you could enlighten me about the breakfast options they offer here.
Of course. This place is famous for its fluffy pancakes. You should definitely try them.
Pancakes sound delightful. Do they offer any toppings for those pancakes?
Yes. They have fresh fruits, maple syrup, and even whipped cream if you are feeling indulgent.
Whipped cream does sound tempting. What about savory options?
They have a fantastic avocado toast, topped with poached eggs. It is a popular choice around here.
Avocado toast really is quite trendy. Does it come with any sides?
Yes, it typically includes a small salad or some roasted tomatoes on the side.
That sounds like a perfect combination. Any recommendations for a drink?
Their freshly squeezed orange juice is simply fantastic. You should give it a try.
I love orange juice. It would pair perfectly with either the pancakes or the toast.
Absolutely. And if you prefer coffee, their cappuccino is wonderfully creamy.
Sounds like a tough decision. Perhaps I should order both breakfast items?
Why not? It is always good to treat oneself to a hearty breakfast.
I certainly agree. What a delightful way to start the day.
Indeed. Good food can really set the tone for a wonderful morning.
Well, I am ready to order. Thank you for the excellent suggestions.
You are very welcome. I hope you enjoy your meal as much as I do.
I cannot wait. Here is to a delicious breakfast experience.
Lesson 7: The Nostalgic Tournaments.
Do you remember the buzz around the amateur tournaments in the mid-90s?
Absolutely. The energy was palpable, especially during those championship games.
I recall the excitement for the 1994 finals. It felt like everyone was watching.
Yes, the suspense was thrilling. The underdogs had everyone on the edge of their seats.
I thought the 1995 tournament was even better. There were so many unexpected twists.
Indeed. Did you see that last-minute shot that changed everything? It was legendary.
That moment was iconic. Players became instant heroes that day.
And how about the rivalries that developed? They added so much drama.
Oh, yes. Fans would chant and cheer with such passion. It was quite a spectacle.
I still remember the celebration parades. Those athletes were treated like rock stars.
It was fascinating to see them transition from amateurs to professionals.
True. Many of them went on to have incredible careers.
The tournaments were a stepping stone for so many aspiring athletes.
Yes, and they inspired a whole generation of sports enthusiasts, did they not?
I wonder how today's tournaments will be remembered in the future.
Hopefully, they will be as impactful as those from the 90s.
With so much talent emerging, the future looks bright indeed.
Lesson 8: A Hiking Adventure.
It is wonderful to see you again after all this time.
Indeed, it has been ages. I miss our hiking trips.
I feel the same way. When shall we embark on our next adventure?
How about we meet at 9 o'clock in the morning?
That sounds excellent. It will give us enough time to enjoy the day.
Perfect. By the way, do you remember the last time we hiked up Green Mountain?
How could I forget? I nearly lost my shoe in that muddy puddle.
That was hilarious. I still laugh every time I think about it.
I was not so amused at the time, but now it is a fond memory.
This time, let us avoid the muddy areas.
Agreed. Perhaps we could bring walking poles for better stability?
Excellent idea. They will certainly help us navigate tricky paths.
What snacks should we pack for the hike?
I suggest trail mix and some fruit.
Oh, do not forget the chocolate.
How could I forget that? Chocolate is essential for a hike.
Now, are we ready for the challenge of climbing again?
Absolutely. I am excited to conquer those trails.
I suppose we shall have to stretch before we start.
Definitely. We do not want to pull a muscle.
Perhaps I could demonstrate some stretches?
I would love that. You have always been the more flexible one.
It is all about practice. I shall lead with enthusiasm.
I appreciate your confidence. This hike will be a blast.
It certainly will. Adventure awaits us in the great outdoors.
I can hardly wait until Saturday.
The mountains are calling, and we must go.
Lesson 9, A Serene Journey.
It is wonderful to relax in such a peaceful place, is it not?
Indeed. I believe that a stress-free journey is essential for a fulfilling experience.
I could not agree more. Finding joy in travel can greatly enhance one's perspective.
Exactly. What do you think is the key to a stress-free journey?
I think good planning is vital. Knowing what to expect can ease many worries.
That is true. However, one must also leave room for spontaneity, do you not agree?
Absolutely. Unexpected adventures often lead to the best stories.
Yes. Imagine stumbling upon a hidden gem of a restaurant while exploring.
Or discovering a secret beach that is not in any travel guide.
Now, that would be a delightful surprise. We should make a pact to embrace spontaneity.
I am completely on board with that. Let us make this journey unforgettable.
Wonderful. What destination shall we consider for this adventure?
How about a scenic coastal town? The ocean always brings tranquility.
That sounds perfect. Fresh air, beautiful views, and delicious seafood await us.
And perhaps we can indulge in some beach activities, such as kayaking.
Yes, and we must schedule a sunset picnic on the beach too.
Nothing beats the beauty of a sunset by the sea. It sounds idyllic.
I can already feel the joy of planning this adventure.
Me too. Let us ensure every moment is filled with laughter and fun.
Indeed. Here is to our stress-free journey ahead.
Cheers to that. Let us make every step count.
Lesson 10, Hiking Plans.
It is a wonderful day for hiking, is it not?
Indeed. I cannot wait to get back into it. What time should we meet?
How about we meet at 9 a.m.? That way, we can make the most of the day.
Sounds good. Should we bring anything for the hike?
Yes, I think we should pack some snacks. Hiking burns a lot of energy.
Great idea. What kind of snacks do you prefer?
I suggest we bring some trail mix and granola bars. They are easy to carry.
Perfect. I shall also bring some fresh fruit. Nothing like an apple on the trail.
Absolutely. Fresh fruit adds a nice touch. What about water?
We must not forget water. Staying hydrated is essential, especially during a hike.
I will bring a large bottle for each of us. Better safe than sorry.
Precisely. Should we also consider a first aid kit, just in case?
Excellent thought. A small kit will do. It is better to be prepared for anything.
I agree. And what about sunscreen? We cannot overlook sun protection.
Right you are. I will ensure to pack some. We do not want to end up sunburned.
This is shaping up to be an exciting adventure. I cannot wait to hit the trails.
Me too. Let us make it a memorable day in nature.
Lesson 11: The Quest for Meaningful Souvenirs.
This market is absolutely delightful, is it not?
Indeed. I love how each stall has its own charm.
I am determined to find a souvenir that tells a story.
That is a fantastic goal. Each item should have a tale behind it.
Yes. Perhaps a handcrafted necklace?
A necklace could be beautiful. What story would it tell?
Perhaps it symbolizes friendship or adventure.
Or it might represent local culture. That would be wonderful.
Exactly. I believe a souvenir should connect us to the place we visit.
Agreed. Let us keep searching. I am sure you will find the perfect piece.
Thank you for your encouragement. What about a traditional pottery piece?
Pottery can be rich in history. Each pattern often has a unique meaning.
That is true. It is fascinating how art can tell stories through design.
Perhaps the artist has a tale to share about their work.
I would love to hear that story. It adds so much value to the piece.
How about this colorful tapestry? It looks intriguing.
That is stunning. It appears to depict a local legend.
Stories through art really enhance the experience of travel, do they not?
Absolutely. It makes us feel more connected to the culture.
I think we are on the right path. The perfect souvenir is out there.
I can feel it in my bones. Adventure awaits us as we explore.
Yes. Let us continue our quest with open hearts and curious minds.
Together, I am certain we will find something truly special.
Lesson 12: Travel Tales.
It is always fascinating to hear about travel experiences. Which cities have you visited?
I have explored New York, Chicago, and London. Each city has its unique charm.
Those are wonderful choices. What did you enjoy most about New York?
The energy is unmatched. I loved walking through Times Square. It is vibrant and full of life.
I agree. New York is like a movie scene come to life. What about Chicago?
Chicago has stunning architecture. I was amazed by the skyline.
The view from the Willis Tower is breathtaking. Did you go up?
Yes, I did. Standing on the glass ledge was thrilling and terrifying at the same time.
That sounds like quite an experience. How about London?
London has a rich history. I enjoyed visiting the Tower of London and seeing the crown jewels.
Those jewels are magnificent. Did you manage to see Buckingham Palace as well?
Yes, I did. Witnessing the changing of the guard was like stepping into a fairy tale.
How fascinating! Each city has its own stories to share.
Indeed, and I believe food plays a big part in those experiences as well.
Very true. What was your favorite dish in New York?
I would have to say the New York style pizza. It is simply irresistible.
Ah, pizza. A classic choice. What about Chicago?
The deep dish pizza in Chicago is legendary. It is more like a pie.
I can imagine. And London has such diverse cuisine. What did you try there?
I enjoyed traditional fish and chips. It was delicious and comforting.
I must add those cities to my travel list. Thank you for sharing your experiences.
Lesson 13, Beach Memories.
What a beautiful day! I am thrilled to be at the beach.
Indeed. It is the perfect setting to capture all the beautiful moments we will have here.
I completely agree. How should we document our day?
I suggest taking plenty of photos. A picture is worth 1,000 words, after all.
Absolutely. We could create a fun photo album for this trip.
That sounds delightful. Perhaps we can even take some pictures while playing in the waves.
I can already picture us laughing as the waves crash over our feet.
Yes. Those candid moments will be so much fun to look back on later.
We should also try to capture the sunset. The colors will be stunning.
Great idea! A sunset photo will add a romantic touch to our album.
I will bring my camera, ensuring we have the best shots.
Wonderful! I shall also bring a small video camera. We can film our adventures.
How exciting! Perhaps we can film our attempts at building a sandcastle.
Oh yes. Let us see if we can create something worthy of a prize.
I believe we can. And then, we could document the inevitable collapse of our masterpiece.
That will be quite the spectacle. Laughter guaranteed.
It appears we have a perfect plan in place for our beach day.
I cannot wait to capture these special moments together.
Here's to a day filled with joy, laughter, and lasting memories.
Lesson 14, The Costly Car Repair.
I recently took my vintage car to the shop.
How exciting! These classic cars often have wonderful stories.
Indeed. But they said the parts needed were expensive and labor intensive.
That does sound rather frustrating. What kind of parts are we discussing?
The engine components were hard to find, and they are quite pricey.
Ah, I understand. Vintage cars often require rare parts, do they not?
Yes. I never realized how challenging it would be to restore it.
Restoration can certainly be a labor of love. Are you considering moving forward with it?
I am tempted, but the costs keep adding up.
Have you thought about sourcing parts online?
I did, but I worry about the quality of those parts.
That is a valid concern. Quality is vital for vintage restorations.
Exactly. I want to preserve the integrity of the car.
You could also reach out to local enthusiasts for advice.
That is an excellent point. They might have valuable insights and contacts.
And you could potentially find parts at better prices through them.
That sounds promising. I will definitely explore that option.
You should. It could lead to amazing discoveries.
Perhaps I could even trade some parts with fellow enthusiasts.
Trading could be a great way to save money and build connections.
I like the sound of that. It makes the repair a community effort.
Exactly. It would add more value to the entire experience.
Thank you for your encouragement. I feel more optimistic.
Lesson 15: Perspectives on Nursing.
It is interesting how professions evolve over time, is it not?
Absolutely. Some careers once seemed less promising, such as nursing.
Yes, especially during earlier decades. The only respectable nurses were often those with experience.
Precisely. Many people did not view nursing as a legitimate profession initially.
It was often seen as a role primarily for women without higher education.
Very true. However, the dedication required in nursing is immense.
It certainly is. The skills nurses develop are crucial, yet they were overlooked for many years.
Nowadays, nursing is recognized as a vital profession, deserving respect.
Yes. The pandemic particularly highlighted the importance of nurses.
Absolutely. They worked tirelessly, putting their own health at risk.
It is fascinating how perceptions can change with time and circumstances.
Indeed. Now, nursing programs are rigorous and highly regarded.
They certainly require extensive training. What do you think has caused this shift?
Increased recognition of medical care and healthcare professionals' contributions, I believe.
That makes perfect sense. Society has begun to value compassion and skill equally.
Yes, and the media also plays a significant role in shaping public perception.
Television shows and movies have depicted nursing in a much more positive light.
I agree. This can inspire new generations to consider nursing as a career.
Hopefully, the stigma of the past continues to fade away.
That is the hope. Every profession has its challenges, yet they can all be respected.
Well said. Here's to celebrating the hard work and dedication of nurses everywhere.
Lesson 16, Project Scope and Details.
It is exciting to discuss the scope of this project, is it not?
Absolutely. There are so many possibilities to explore.
Let us go through the details. Where should we begin?
I suggest starting with the objectives. They set the foundation.
That is a brilliant idea. Clear objectives keep the team focused.
Indeed. What are your thoughts on the primary goal?
I believe increasing customer engagement should be our main focus.
That is a valuable goal. Engaged customers are essential for growth.
Exactly. Now, how about the timeline?
A realistic timeline is crucial. It keeps everything on track.
True. We must ensure we allocate time wisely.
Shall we consider potential challenges as well?
Certainly. Identifying challenges early can save us time later.
I agree. What challenges do you foresee?
Perhaps resource limitations or unexpected market changes.
Those are valid concerns. What measures should we take?
I propose regular check-ins to address issues promptly.
That sounds effective. Communication is vital for success.
Yes, it fosters teamwork and collaboration.
Speaking of teamwork, how many team members will we involve?
I suggest a diverse team to bring in various perspectives.
Diversity often leads to innovative solutions, does it not?
Precisely. Different viewpoints can spark creativity.
Now, what about budget considerations?
We must establish a realistic budget. Financial clarity is key.
Absolutely. A well-planned budget prevents overspending.
Shall we include contingency funds for unexpected expenses?
That is an excellent idea. Flexibility is essential in any project.
I feel confident about this plan. We have considered many aspects.
Indeed. This project has great potential for success.
I look forward to presenting this to the team.
As do I. Let us ensure we prepare thoroughly.
With a solid plan, we are bound to impress.
Lesson 17, Overcoming Language Learning Worries.
I often worry about my language skills.
You are not alone. Many learners feel the same way.
It can be daunting to communicate fluently.
Yes, but consistency truly makes a difference.
How do you stay consistent in your practice?
I set small daily goals. It keeps me motivated.
That is a smart approach. I often aim too high and become discouraged.
It is important to celebrate small victories. They add up.
That makes sense. I should focus more on my progress rather than perfection.
Exactly. Learning a language is a journey, not a race.
I sometimes fear making mistakes when speaking.
Mistakes are a natural part of learning. They help you improve.
You are right. I need to embrace my errors more.
Think of them as stepping stones. Each mistake brings you closer to fluency.
I like that perspective. How do you practice speaking?
I try to find language partners. Conversation is invaluable.
That sounds effective. I should seek partners too.
And do not forget about language apps. They can be incredibly helpful.
I have heard good things about them. Which one do you recommend?
I enjoy using one that focuses on speaking and listening exercises.
That is exactly what I need. I often neglect my listening skills.
Listening is crucial. It helps you understand different accents too.
How do you manage to practice consistently with a busy schedule?
I dedicate just 15 minutes each day. It keeps the habit alive.
That is manageable. I will try to incorporate that into my routine.
Consistency is key. Even a little bit every day goes a long way.
I can see that. It is encouraging to know I do not need hours.
Absolutely. Just keep practicing, and you will see improvement over time.
Thank you for the motivation. I feel more confident already.
I am glad. Let us support each other on this language learning journey.
I look forward to our progress together.
Lesson 18: The Spirit of Christmas.
Christmas is such an important holiday, is it not?
Indeed. It brings people together in a unique way.
Many individuals take the whole week off from work and school.
Yes, it creates a wonderful opportunity for rest and celebration.
I always find it interesting how traditions vary across cultures.
Absolutely. Different countries celebrate Christmas in distinct styles.
Some focus on family gatherings, while others emphasize festive meals.
Exactly. Have you ever tried a traditional Christmas dinner from another country?
I have. I once enjoyed a Swedish Christmas with herring and meatballs.
That sounds delicious. I have always wanted to experience that.
You should. The variety of dishes makes it even more special.
What are some of your favorite holiday traditions?
I enjoy decorating the tree with family. It brings everyone together.
That is a lovely tradition. The tree always becomes the centerpiece.
It truly does. What about gift giving?
Gift giving can be quite meaningful. It shows appreciation for loved ones.
I agree. Some people even create personalized gifts.
Those are often the most cherished. Unique gifts can tell a story.
Speaking of stories, do you have a favorite Christmas memory?
Yes. I once received a surprise visit from an old friend. It was magical.
That must have been wonderful. Surprises can make holidays unforgettable.
They can. Christmas is all about creating beautiful moments.
Do you think the spirit of giving should extend beyond family?
Absolutely. Sharing joy with those in need enhances the holiday spirit.
A lovely sentiment. Many organizations organize drives during this season.
Yes. It is heartwarming to see communities come together.
Let us not forget the joy of Christmas music.
Oh, the carols. They truly set the festive mood everywhere.
I could listen to them all day. They evoke such warmth.
Indeed. Each song holds a memory that makes this season special.
This has been a delightful conversation. Christmas truly is magical.
Lesson 19, Steps to Success.
I find that taking small steps is crucial for learning anything.
Absolutely. It prevents one from feeling overwhelmed.
Have you ever tried to learn something too quickly?
Yes, it can be frustrating. I often lose my motivation when things become too complicated.
Exactly. I have learned that patience is a virtue in the learning process.
It truly is. Focusing on one concept at a time makes everything easier to grasp.
What strategies do you use to ensure you take things step by step?
I create a checklist of topics to cover. It keeps me organized and focused.
That is a great idea. I sometimes forget what I have already mastered.
That is common. Revisiting earlier topics can also reinforce understanding.
How do you stay motivated while taking smaller steps?
I reward myself after completing each step. It keeps things fun.
Rewards are essential. I often indulge in a treat after finishing a difficult chapter.
That sounds enjoyable. Positive reinforcement really helps in maintaining enthusiasm.
Do you have any small steps in mind for your next learning goal?
I aim to practice public speaking. I plan to start with short presentations.
That is effective. Beginning with small presentations can build your confidence.
Exactly. Each presentation will serve as a foundation for the next.
I should apply the same strategy to improve my writing skills.
That would work well. Starting with brief paragraphs can help you develop clarity.
I will definitely try that. Thank you for the suggestion.
It is my pleasure. Together, we can learn and grow.
I am excited to see how these small steps lead to significant progress.
Me too. Consistent effort pays off in the long run.
Absolutely. Let us remind each other to stay patient.
Yes. Patience, small steps, and rewards are our keys to success.
Together, we will conquer our learning goals.
Lesson 20: The Adventure of Air Travel.
Have you ever experienced the thrill of taking an airplane ride?
Oh, many times. It feels like an adventure every single time.
I agree. One interesting aspect is passing through the clouds.
It is magical, is it not? The clouds look like fluffy cotton candy.
Exactly. It is one of my favorite moments during a flight.
There is something surreal about flying above the clouds.
Did you know that clouds can be quite different at high altitudes?
Yes. They can appear thin and wispy, almost ethereal.
I once took a flight during sunset. The clouds were painted in vibrant colors.
That must have been breathtaking. Sunsets from an airplane are spectacular.
Indeed. It made me forget about any fear of flying.
Flying can be intimidating for some people.
True. I often recommend distraction techniques, like watching movies.
That is a good idea. Music can also help soothe nerves.
What do you find most enjoyable about flying?
I enjoy the anticipation of reaching a new destination.
That sense of adventure is exhilarating. Do you prefer window or aisle seats?
I love window seats. The view is simply too good to miss.
I am more of an aisle seat person. I like being able to stretch my legs.
That is a practical choice. Comfort is essential, especially on long flights.
Absolutely. Have you ever encountered turbulence?
Yes, I have. It felt like a roller coaster ride in the sky.
That is an interesting way to describe it. It can be unsettling, though.
Indeed. But I remind myself that pilots are trained for those moments.
That is reassuring. Trusting the crew is vital during a flight.
It certainly is. They handle everything with such professionalism.
Do you prefer flying during the day or at night?
I prefer daytime flights. The views are more enjoyable.
I can see that. Night flights can be a bit mysterious.
Yes. You never know what lies below in the darkness.
Each flight holds its unique charm. Traveling truly broadens our horizons.